morning and welcome to
Chatroom!
And as usual, we'll be seeing you every Wednesday at 6 p.m. where we'll be talking about the hottest stories and social media dramas in Thailand. I'm Nad Bunat.
I'm Kiripachen Sukjit.
I'm Varisala Sehan.
So today is Wednesday
Yeah.
and it's considered hump day where you would always feel so tired in the middle of the week.
Actually, I feel tired since Monday already.
Yeah, since Sunday, and then we're like, oh, tomorrow is
Sunday,
Monday.
yeah.
There's always this feeling of fatigue every time we start the week. But I think if we can change the mindset, make it more energetic and more motivated, that would be more helpful, I guess. But anyway, during the past week, we have been talking about several stories that has hit the headlines, and all eyes were on convicted former Prime Minister Thaksin, who has been released on parole. And aside from the reaction from political parties on his release on parole, what has caught the media's attention is Thaksin's choice of clothing, proving his not so quiet luxury fashion sense. So if we take a look at the choice of clothing that Thaksin wore on the day when he was released from the Police General Hospital, many Thai media outlets, including netizens, have been talking about his choice of clothing after his release on parole on Sunday. This came from Pattongtan Shinawat's post on her Instagram, which shows a picture of her father sitting outdoors after not being exposed to sunlight and the open air for 180 days while being in hospital within the confines of the Police General Hospital. And according to some Thai media outlets, Thaksin was seen wearing a green and blue shirt from Dax London, priced at about 4,200 baht, and black Sunday slippers from Bottega Veneta, priced at a whopping 43,500 baht. But the brand of the navy shorts remains unknown. Not only his attire that grabbed attention, his soft collar and his arm sling also got people looking for the brand at the price. The arm sling that you're seeing right there is priced at about 5,000 baht, while the soft collar is priced between 200 to 400 baht. That means if you're going to get the Thaksin look, you might have to spend up to 53,000 baht. That's really interesting how several media outlets have been talking about his choice of clothing. And another part that got widespread attention was the color of his shirt. So if you believe in superstition, like many other Thais, you might be aware that wearing certain colors on a certain day can bring you good fortune. So Thaksin was seen wearing green. So wearing green on a Sunday, it's widely believed that it will bring you success and also escape from bad luck.
Really?
No, well, I think
What was that belief from?
You know how, remember a few weeks ago we talked about what color should we wear on what day? And there's a lucky color and an unlucky color. So many people are quite, people really believe in that. So let's say if you step out of the house and if you're wearing an unlucky color, you have to go back to change straight away. Or at least some people might be really insecure with what's going to happen today if they're wearing unlucky colors. So honestly, when did we become so interested in a politician's fashion sense?
Actually, it's a trend called fit check, Have you ever heard this?
Yeah.
Actually,
On TikTok.
It's a trend that a TikToker or a YouTuber will create the content that going to work on the fit check at the department store or any popular attractions like Siam Square and ask people who walk around, fit check bro, and ask them what they're wearing, what brand, and what is the price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to make fashion check. It's like that.
I see.
Yeah, but normally when we do fit checks like this one, normally we would think of celebrities or fashion models because most of the people would be inspired by these people when it comes to fashion and choosing certain how do you say it, certain
Outfits?
items, certain outfits for the day. So let's say if you're going for like a date night, you might be inspired by one of the celebrities and then choose the same dress or at least something that is similar for that date night. So we can say that Get the Looks has always been really, really popular, but it's quite surprising though that all of a sudden Thai politicians are becoming like the it person.
Because they are the influencer.
Yeah,
They're influencer.
Well, according to the story, wearing green on Sunday it's mean like escape from the bad luck. Maybe this could be one of the reasons that people kind of like followed his outfit of that day.
Yeah, the color of the day. People would often believe in these things because like let's say like on Monday the unlucky color, I think the unlucky color is easiest to remember so that you can avoid. So I would be able to remember things like you cannot wear red on Monday, you cannot wear white or yellow on Tuesday, Wednesday you can't wear pink, Thursday you cannot wear black or purple, and I don't remember for Friday, but Saturday you cannot wear green and Sunday you cannot wear blue.
Wow, those people is also including me. When I was in college, I used to, we don't have to wear uniforms to the classes, right?
Yeah.
So when I have exam on that day, me and my friends, we kind of like have to look it up online. Okay, what's the luckiest color of the day? And sometimes it depends on your birthday too. Like if I was born on Wednesday, the prohibited color is pink.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. And sometimes, I don't know, it works and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think it really depends on how you believe it as well, because with the choice of colors of the day, I think it also depends on what you're going after, whether it's your health, your wealth, or like improvement or like career advancements. So you might pick a certain color for that day. But anyway, when we're talking about Thaksin's fashion sense, if you go back and look at the price once again, you can see that it's really expensive.
Yeah, very luxurious.
Luxurious
luxury shirts.
And notably the slippers from Bottega Veneta. It's a luxurious brand. So I think it proves that Thaksin has a luxurious life, and if you
That's
do,
obvious.
it's obvious that he's rich because according to Forbes, Thaksin's net worth currently is about 2 billion baht, and he was ranked number 13 on Thailand's 50 richest list 2023.
Wow.
So therefore, it is not surprising that he would be able to afford these kind of things, and of course, and just buying these slippers is like nothing to him. I mean, like, you know what I mean, right? When you pick shoes, like normally we would just pick shoes that are only like 2,000, 3,000 baht or even lower than that.
Yes.
Cheaper than that rather. But like for the case of Thaksin or these billionaires, they can pick these luxurious brands for whatever they want. It could be just like a shirt or trousers or shoes or even bags are one exception that you might want to invest.
Yeah, the only thing that I can afford from his look is soft collar.
The soft collar is most affordable.
I don't want to afford it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, exactly right. Okay, cut down.
All right. So after we did the fit check with Thaksin already, so we are going to do the fit check, bro, with the chat room announcer.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to start with Nat Bunat.
Okay, let's go.
Fit check.
So what are the rules? So
just the price.
Just the price.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Earrings.
I don't remember the earrings. I don't remember the price of the watch, but I remember the blazer is about 2,000 or 3,000 baht.
Okay, let's go.
Trousers are around 790, and the shoes are about 2,000 baht.
Okay.
Luxurious life.
Luxurious life.
Yeah, but not as Thaksin though.
But we can say like Thaksin and the billionaires are super luxurious.
Yeah. That's another case.
So let's go for the luxurious dear.
Oh, luxurious.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Fit check, bro.
Okay, so 250, So 100 baht, I guess, and 590, and I don't remember the price of my shoes.
And what about your glasses?
Oh, my glasses 4,000.
Ah.
Yeah, probably the most expensive
It's glasses.
element on my body now.
Yeah.
How about you? Okay, let's
Me?
go.
Oh, it's, you see here, Thai PBS is free. And pants around 1,000. Shoes for 6,500. And watch for 1,000.
Oh, glasses.
8,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Fit check.
But then-
Fit check.
But just to clarify, like certain like items might
yeah.
be pricier because of the quality, not
Yeah.
just because we're crazy after this brand. Just to
Sometime,
clarify.
yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, for example,
yeah.
my glasses 4,000, which if I could find like 500 baht of glasses, I would go for that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the need now.
I buy the
but
quality.
then like for glasses, you need high quality, and because you have to change the specs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like for certain eyesights,
Yes.
people have like different kinds of eyesights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
also
that
it's
would
about
be
the
like
lens.
specific need, and that's why for certain things you really need to invest because you're gonna use it like for like a long period of time. It's not like other types of clothing that goes by fashion, and you might change your mind later on.
Yeah. All right, after we do the fit check already, so we are now, let's talk about the Thai movies. So there has been a long list of movies that has been banned due to the fears of harming national security and also the morality among Thais. But right now, one of the banned movies, which is Shakespeare Must Die, which was banned in 2012. But here's some good news for the producers. Right after 11 years of legal battles, the Supreme Administrative Court has finally lifted the ban on the Thai movie Shakespeare Must Die. The producer of the movie hailed the court's decision as being a new chapter in the history of Thai movies and thanked all who were involved in the fight for the right to show the film in Thailand. If we go back to April the 3rd, 2012, the Board of Film and Video Censors banned the film from being shown in public, claiming that it could incite in public division. So Shakespeare Must Die is an adaptation of the play The Tragedy of Macbeth by William Shakespeare, which was composed around like 400 years ago. The movie was banned because it contains image of October 6th political event in 1976, during which student protesters were brutally crushed by the police and right-wing extremist groups. The producer then took the case to the Central Administrative Court to have the ban revoked. It was reported that the original ministerial regulation issued by virtue of the New Film and Video Act BE 2008 was in the process of having public opinion gathered about film and video censorship in Thailand. So the amended regulation will only seek to ban films or videos which contain content deemed offensive to the monarchy for other issues concerning religion, national security, or sexual relationships. A rating system will be imposed instead.
So
Yeah,
this
so-
is actually
yeah.
a big change in
big
terms
change.
of
Yes.
censorship of Thai movies, because when we talk about movies like these, there has been a long list of Thai movies that
Yeah.
have been banned from the ministry. So this is actually good news for the producers here, because finally the ban has been revoked.
Yeah.
But on one side of it, it is somehow understandable that they have to oversee all these movies,
Yeah.
so that when we look at the list of movies that have been banned,
Yeah.
a lot of it can be understandable. One of them is religious issues or
Yeah.
anything that deals with national security.
Yeah.
But now the ban has been revoked. A number of movies have their bans revoked as well because of the amendments of the law.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you have a list of movies that has been banned before?
From what I know,
Yeah.
most movie that I've known that are banned are usually related to religion. So that's why I agree with you
Yeah.
with what you just said.
Yeah.
It's not only political issues or international relation like insecure, but like also religious. I think Thailand religion in Thailand, it plays just a big role, right? Because it's, I don't know, when it comes to movie, of course, like from my point of view, I think most audience would want to see different angles and different aspects or different parts, right? But we can't really do much about the movies from the religion.
One thing that we have to bear in mind is that movies play a huge role and influence on the audience, and we also have to care about children as well. How will they perceive society after watching the movie, even though they may not understand everything? But if they remember one scene, they would think that this is what's happening in Thai society, when it may not be that true. That is like, we call it this media responsibility in a way, because we have to be responsible with the way we portray certain things to the audience, especially children. So that may have been why the ministry has been really sensitive for movies to be shown. But one thing that we might have to mention, though, there has been a movie that's related to religion, and it depicts monks being in a relationship with a girl, which is completely forbidden in Thai culture. But there has been a meme related to it, is that this movie is banned, but how come another movie that clearly depicts sexual relationships and sexual intercourse are widely released?
That is very curious.
It caused curiosity among the audience, because, okay, that particular movie depicts only a relationship between the monk and the girl, but the other movie depicts sexual relationships with several people.
A lot.
And you can clearly see a sexual intercourse and like nudity. But then it passed the regulations for some reason.
So this make a lot of curiosity about the regulation standard. So where are we, and what standard we have for banning the movies? Because like 11 years ago, Kun Manitsi the producers of Shakespeare Must Die, he told the media that he's okay if the movies that he produced will be rated in the 20 plus in Chongqing. But to be banned is too much for him.
Chongqing 20, it's equivalent to MA 18 plus in Australia. So MA 18 plus would be completely restricted to those over 18 years old. But for Chaoyi, it's like restricted to viewers who are above 20.
Yeah, but I want to say something though. This sparked some memory of of me staying in the U.S. though, because I think back then 50 Shades of Grey was very popular, but in Thailand I think they were in rated of 20 plus, like Chongqing 20 plus.
I can't remember.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. From what I remembered is the kids or the children that are under 18 cannot go to the cinema to watch 50 Shades of Grey. But back then I was in the US, and I can just walk in the theater and just watch it with all of my friends.
But then with 50 Shades of Grey, even though there are scenes that depict sex scenes and some parts of nudity, but it was not as obvious compared to the other Thai movie that clearly depicts nudity and sex scenes. It's like a completely different level, even though it's like the same category and the same genre.
So either I want to talk about the myth, not a fun fact, but the fun myth about the tragedy of Macbeth. Actually, that is a so-called myth, very so-called. I know if we can believe it. For me, I don't believe it, but it is a so-called myth that the tragedy of Macbeth by William Shakespeare is a cursed composition. So you know why?
Why?
Yeah, because after he finished composing the tragedy of Macbeth, when he has the musical show or has any show, there'll be something happen with the actress or actor of the show.
So it's like a curse or something.
It is a curse or something. But there's belief that because of this novel touch a lot of talking about a lot of witch. So they believe that witch cursed them. Witch cursed this show. Every show of this show will be has some accidents or some problems.
But it's just a
Just a myth, just a
so-called
myth.
myth, right?
So-called myth, yeah.
Right, but anyway, there are still like a lot of films that are still banned. So based on the amended regulation, so anything that is deemed offensive to the monarchy, of course, this movie will be banned for sure. But anything that is related to religion, national security, or even sexual relationships, they will consider, and then the rating system will be imposed instead. So either like 15 plus, 18 plus, depending on the context of the story as well. Actually, there are a lot of movies that are not really related to religion, but it has been banned because it may affect, not sure if we should say national security, but I think there's a movie which is called Chit Gon Chim.
Oh, I remember that movie.
And then it was banned because they were so afraid that people will no longer go to noodle shops because it does depict violence, like, you know, bloodshed and everything like that. So the censorship board was so afraid that the movie would influence people to think that noodle shops are really
scary.
Very scary.
From the human flesh.
Yeah, from the human flesh.
Very violent or very gruesome. So whenever the censorship boards say something about the movie demanding like changes or further edits, or some of the directors may re-edit the movie so that it can be shown in cinemas. Some may have to change the name of the movies as well. But like for the case of this movie, Shakespeare Must Die, and some other movies, they decided not to edit and accept the ban because you know, for these cases, some people feel that if you re-edit the movie, the whole meaning will actually differ from the original. Some people have accepted the ban, so that was why.
But speaking of Chit Gon Chim, I remembered it was when, I think it was launched in my childhood. Before 15 years old. And to be honest, guys, I'm scared of eating noodles after watching the movies. Like for real, like I'm scared that it's gonna be human flesh in my soup. But the thing is, I was young. I was like a kid back then, so I don't really have that, you know.
Yeah, it does affect the viewer's perception as well.
Yes, because I also have the experience about this. All right. Once I have the experience about I don't want to go to the barber shop because I watch Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, what is it? What's that
it's a musical about the murderer who is the barber.
All right, now let's move on to another social media drama. Normally, when we sign up for any sort of service, we would normally use Mr., Mrs. or Miss on our documents, but this suddenly became an issue of debate on social media during the past week because of a payment slip that was posted on Facebook. And this came from the former Miss Tiffany contestant, Phim Thanyarat Jitprapajin, who posted a payment slip from a famous transgender celebrity, Poi Trishada Hongyok, thanking her for providing payment support for her bird's food. However, Thai netizens were quick to notice the different honorifics that appeared on the payment slip. Poi Trishada's name came out as Kun, while Phim Thanyarat's name came out as Nai. Nai is equivalent to Mr. in English, while Nang Sao is Miss, Nang is Mrs., while Kun is less gender specific, usually to give courtesy to a person. But just to explain a bit further, these two people are transgender women. So based on the law, Thai transgenders cannot change their titles, so in their legal documents, transgender women will still have to use Nai in front of their names and cannot use Nang Sao, which means Miss. And netizens criticize that the difference in titles is considered discrimination and were surprised because they have never seen payment slips which would use Kun in front of anyone's name. And some even wondered whether clients can really choose their own honorifics to begin with. And so far, SCB Bank has replied to one of the comments, stating that the bank would like to apologize for the mistake and explain that the honorifics that appear on the payment slips would go in accordance with the identification documents issued by the government. So one example is your ID card, your driver's license, or your passport. So for example, if your ID card is Nang Sao or Miss, then on the payment slips, it will appear as Nang Sao as well. So the question is, why gender-neutral honorifics should actually matter?
Well,
I understand this can be a really sensitive issue, especially with the LGBTQ community, but I would also like to know if that has been the case in other countries. Can transgenders choose their own honorifics in your country?
Yeah.
Or do they still have to stick with honorifics based on their sex at birth in their legal documents? If you're from other countries, you can also join the conversation because we would love to know whether that has been the case in your country.
Yeah, that's what we want to know from you, from the audience.
yeah, because in Thailand, it's not legalized yet.
Yeah.
In order to change the pronouns to the preferred ones.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Yeah, for the honorifics, as let's say if you're born male and then you became transgender women, you still have to use Nai, which means Mr. Because we have seen that many transgender women, if they have to enter military service, they still have to like report themselves to the soldiers
As a Mr.
Yeah, as a Mr., but as a transgender woman as well.
Exactly.
So the law has not been, there's no law which allows LGBTQ people to change their honorifics yet at the moment. But so far, what I've heard is that the Move Forward Party is about to propose a law where people can change their honorifics. So we hopefully there might be more details coming out, but this can be one step of hope for the LGBTQ community in Thailand.
One thing that I think though,
Yeah.
well,
It's tricky, right?
it's a little bit tricky to talk about this controversy, but in order to call, for example, if a transgender woman, if they get called as a Miss or Mrs., right? It would be kind of like you give a respect to them.
Yeah.
Because they are transgender women, obviously. But in Thailand, it is still not legalized in this matter yet. So, yeah, I think it's all about respect to call other people based on
what they want.
But I think
and what they be.
Just a respect.
Yeah,
That's
the
enough.
sense of respect, it's more like when you see a transgender woman, you would refer that person as a woman because they would identify themselves with their chosen gender already. But that is one thing. But the honorifics on legal documents, this is something that the parliament needs to work out so that they can actually serve the entire LGBTQ community who want to change their honorifics and do not want Nai on their ID cards anymore.
Yes, from what I heard from the US, well, most of us might know that US has already legalized this kind of legislative law already in order to change to preferred pronouns. But Thailand is still a little bit far back from those developed countries. So.
But one thing though is that when people sign up for something, let's say for like a service or like a product, whatever it is, when you type in your name, your date of birth, and then gender, there's now this option called prefer not to say. But then this option is not always available in all of these services. So people may have to stick between male or female. Everything is like based on their sex of birth. sex at birth, but not really their chosen gender.
Exactly. What do you think, Pitif? What
About
do you think
what?
about
Yeah.
preferred pronouns, or what do you think about the pronouns that legally has to be used on the documents?
Actually, I respect everyone, maybe, but I just one comment. Actually, not one comment, but it's the idea that people should proud what they are. If they are trans, they don't have to be men or women. If you are trans woman, just being trans woman. Don't being like you are woman. Just proud of being trans woman because that's who you are and that's nothing to be ashamed of. You are trans woman and you are very beautiful. Just that. Yeah, don't try to be woman. And that's one of the idea. But lastly, I respect everyone. If you want me to call you as a woman, yeah, I'll be like we call you as a woman for you.
So we just have to be more gender sensitive when we're
Yeah,
talking to
It's
people.
very sensitive. It's very sensitive.
Okay. All right, let's move on to another story.
Yep.
Well, when you guys travel domestically, how much have you paid for your most expensive flight ticket?
Yeah.
Well, recently, a 15,000 baht flight ticket flying from Bangkok to Phuket
I saw
seems
that.
to raise some heat among Thai netizens. Well, Southern PMs have been airing their complaints over the high cost of domestic flights
Yeah.
to Andaman coastal provinces, such as Phuket, Krabi, Phang Nga, Satun, and Trang, which are popular among both local and foreign tourists. The group held a press conference this morning at the parliament to urge authorities concerned to solve the problem of high-priced air tickets, claiming that it has discouraged many tourists from traveling by air and may impact the tourism industry in the long run. สริตพงษ์เกี่ยวข้อง a Phumjai Thai PM for Krabi province, said that it is ridiculous that some air tickets to the southern tourist provinces are more expensive than those for international flights. He said that a ticket from Krabi to Chiang Mai costs 2,000 baht, but the return fare to Krabi is 6,000 baht. Yesterday, representatives Thai Airways International, Bangkok Airways, AirAsia, Lion Air, Nok Air, and Vietjet were invited to discuss the high airfares, especially during this high season, with senior officers from the Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand. During the meeting, the airline representatives proposed a short-term increase in domestic flights during the morning or evening to offer more options for passengers. This proposal, though, requires cooperation from the Airports of Thailand Public Company, the Department of Airports, and Aeronautical Radio of Thailand. Air traffic during the Songkran Festival this year is expected to be increased substantially, and it is hoped that the 6 airlines will come up with their new fares before it starts, according to Transport Minister Suriyaจึng Rungrương Kit. For the long term, he said that CAAT has set guidelines for airlines to reduce their highest ticket prices, which were increased during the COVID pandemic, now that passenger loads have recovered.
I have one question. Is this 15,000 baht flight ticket like a round trip or just like one way?
A round trip.
Okay.
I mean, it's still expensive though, because last year I went to Phuket, right? And I spent about 5,000 baht per a round trip. So it's like 3 times more expensive this time. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on when you're going to Phuket, because Phuket has always been a very popular destination, especially among foreign tourists. So forget the controversy, is that if you go during peak times, of course it will be more expensive compared to other times. Let's say if you're going like during like low season, of course it will be lower. And then if you're going during like the holidays, let's say during Songkran or during the New Year holidays, of course it would be much higher. But then they do have a point in a sense where it's way too expensive, especially like along the coastal provinces. Because
Yes.
even though they are popular, but that doesn't mean that you have to hike the airfares.
But the thing is, Pinat, last year I went during Songkran festival with the 5,000 baht. So I can see the differences here. Like this year, I'm pretty sure that during the Songkran festival, it is going to increase some of,
Yeah,
because of the demand supply. Maybe.
Songkran festival this year will be like 21 days.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
21 days.
That's a lot.
Consecutive days. Wow.
But and one thing we may have to point out is that it also depends on which airline you travel with. If
Yeah.
you go with Thai Airways or Bangkok Airways, of course it would be. If you are seeking for premium service, of course they would expect you to pay more. But
Yeah.
if you go to if you use like Air Asia, Nok Air, or Lion Air, they identify themselves as low-cost airlines. So it would not be that expensive. But anyway, it's up to your choice in terms of like which flight you choose when you go to Phuket or elsewhere. But then we can think of something though. Some people have said that flying from Bangkok to Phuket is expensive, but it might be more like value for money if you go to a different country, let's say Japan, for example.
Yeah.
So some people may have felt that maybe it's better to go to Japan or Hong Kong instead of just going to Phuket.
Well, I just looked up for the price of the ticket flying from Bangkok to Japan. It's literally cost 12,000 baht.
But then it's more value for money because you're going to a completely different country and then
Yes.
you're going to absorb the culture there, which is completely different to Thailand.
Yeah.
So some people might think that would be more valuable compared to just Bangkok to Phuket when it can be like anytime.
Yes. How about you, Pitif? How much have you spent for your most expensive flight ticket?
To be honest, I go with the tour, so I don't know the flight ticket price. Because but the most expensive tour for me, I went to Saudi Arabia for the Umrah pilgrimage.
Yeah,
which is
for your religion.
for my religions. Yeah. And it's around 60,000 baht per trip.
Oh, 15,000.
60,000.
60,000
baht per trip.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
which I don't know how much of the
But that
ticket price.
I think that would include like hotel fares.
Everything. Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Right.
So our last story of today
Yeah.
is about, since we've been talking about elephant pants, cat pants, capybara pants,
Yeah.
and now how about rabbit and durian pants? What?
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, so Chanthaburi province has unveiled its own soft power pants featuring rabbits holding a durian hammer, which is a collaboration between Chanthaburi Chamber of Commerce and renowned Thai fashion brand Greyhound. The price of the pants are 990 baht, which netizens say it's too expensive. Nevertheless, the pants will be up for pre-orders from next Monday. Chanthaburi Governor Monsit Paisan Thanawat revealed that the pants were designed following the government's soft power strategy and that several provinces have introduced their own pants to highlight their local culture. Therefore, they discussed with the Chanthaburi Chamber of Commerce to create their own, which they have collaborated with. So the question is, any other Thai fruits that should become soft power pants now? Because we have durian pants,
Yeah.
and what should be next?
Passion fruit or
Passion fruit?
I think we should focus more on Thai fruits because you
Yeah.
know we have a lot of Thai fruits that are really famous. For example, like durians, mangosteen, papaya. What else? Bananas as well.
Bananas also.
Bananas, coconuts.
rambutan?
Oh yes,
Yeah, rambutans as well.
rambutan,
Yeah.
coconuts. That would be that would be the most requested
Yeah.
fruits for foreigners when they
Jackfruit.
come. Yeah, when they come to Thailand.
Or even what else? Like jackfruits.
Yeah.
Because like since Thailand is like a tropical country, we would expect a lot of tropical fruits, and many of the foreigners come here would seek for these fruits that are not available in Western countries, like rambutans, durians. What else?
Coconuts.
Coconuts as well. But then, yeah, I think these fruits would be really interesting apart from durian. Or mayongshit.
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 Yeah,
Oh yes,
mayongshit.
that's
Yeah,
that's
mayongshit.
Yeah, mayongshit is popular as well. So I think there are a lot of things that can be included in the so-called soft power
Yeah.
pans. And what else? Apart from fruits,
Yeah.
there's also like Thai food. Have we ever considered Thai food before? Like
You really want pad Thai on your pants? Really?
Oh, I think that's
I think that's
interesting.
cool.
Really?
I would say
That's
cool.
interesting.
It's cool, right?
Like tom yum goong.
Ah,
tom
that's
yum
good,
goong
that's good.
or แกงเขียวหวาน
ผัดซีอิ๊ว
ผัดซีอิ๊ว not
พะแนง
Yeah.
Or
พะแนง is
ขนมครก
red curry.
How about ขนมครก? Because it has been ranked as like one of the top pancakes.
The Thai pancakes.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be looking good on the shirts though.
Yeah.
You're saying like
Yeah.
pad Thai or the Thai food.
I want to
so-
see that.
Yeah, but here is the thing. I think the price for durian pants, it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really expensive because they collaborated with
Yeah, you can
Greyhound,
see
which is
that.
a famous,
Thai fashion brand.
a famous Thai fashion brand. So therefore, because Greyhound has been famous for many years already, so considering that they are designers, then
Yeah.
990 is quite expected because it's Greyhound.
Yeah, I
but
know.
then,
But-
yes, of course, but if you compare with like elephant pants, which are only about 100 or 200 baht, 990 is like,
Yeah, it's too far.
it's a big difference.
Yeah, but talking about the rabbit pants in Chanthaburi, you know why they use rabbit?
Why?
Because here is the logo of Chanthaburi province.
Oh,
Wait, hold on.
That's why it's a rabbit
Yeah.
symbol as a. Oh.
Yeah, it's a rabbit symbol here. Because they believe that Chanthaburi means the land of the moon. And they believe that on the moon there are rabbit.
Like
there's
a
a rabbit.
or
Yeah, so they use rabbit as the symbolic of the province.
Yeah, in fact, the Chanthaburi pants have featured a lot of local aspects, whether it's the rabbit, the durian. They also include other things as well, such as waterfalls and certain types of flowers that are
Yeah.
found in Chanthaburi province. So the concept is quite unique, and we would love to see other provinces as well. How
Yeah.
they will actually collaborate with other designers or come up with their own.
Bangkok? Oh, that's a lot for Bangkok.
I can think of Wat Arun.
Ah,
Wat Arun
yeah.
or like Sao Xing Cha. And what else? The Tuk Tuks.
Yeah,
Tuk
tuk
tuk,
tuk.
yeah.
And also the Mahanakon building as well.
Ah,
so you
modern way,
combine
modern way.
modern and traditional together. I would love to see
Yeah.
how the Bangkok soft power pants will look like.
Oh,
For my province,
Yeah.
though, well, I'm from Hat Yai, Songkhla.
Yeah.
So I think the soft power pants for my province would be mermaid, because we have the mermaid statue, like lay beside the beach. So it's kind of like our landmark now. So that would be cool to see a mermaid pants.
yeah.
So a statue of a mermaid. Is it from like Prabhaimani or something?
Guess so. I'm
Yeah,
not
because like
sure.
I think there are a lot of folklores that include mermaids, but the one I really remember is the Prabhaimani.
But I'm not sure.
It's the same mermaid.
It's the same mermaid.
same mermaid,
so
The same mermaid, but it's just this
Not the
different
mermaid
name.
animal, right? The mermaid human.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Chat Room. Join us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ